we give you all the glory. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay, Father, we bow before the throne. Adios. For you. We lay our crowns. We lay our crowns. Jesus. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. Jesus, we bow before your throne. We bow before the throne. Father, we give you all the glory. Oh, be lifted above all other gods. We lay our crowns and worship. Oh, glorious God, we praise your name. We lay our crown and worship you. Oh, glory.
Good evening. Good evening. And welcome to Something in Need for You. Welcome to Something in Need for You. And on Impact Royal TV. I just want to welcome you to our Monday broadcast on Impact Royal TV. Let me quickly say what I love to say most times, to encourage you to be an encourager. I want to encourage you to be an encourager. Encourager in the sense that you make it worthwhile the sacrifice to come here, every Monday to do this program by sharing on your wall. Then press the notification button. Invite friends and family to subscribe. Impact Royal TV. You see, this program is about encouraging us, and that's why when you look at the theme, it's something in it for you. There will always be something in it that you can take and build on it, work on it. Then at the end of the day, make it your own. That you will use to build your own life. So today I want to, particularly if you are in a position of leadership, or you aspire to become a leader, or you're serving under someone. No one become a leader without becoming a servant. One way or the other, in the process of life, even when you were born as a king or as a prince, you become a king. You also have to learn from some people. You serve some people. And that's why the great leader, you have to be a great servant. And Jesus was that perfect leader. He served to be served. So today, commitment, in my own view, is the key to get result. Commitment is my own view, is the key to get result. You see, if you want to become great in life, in your desire, in your business, in your vision, whether those vision or business is secular or ministry-wise, political, whatever it is. In all these three spectrums, you will find commitment as a principal key to get result. Commitment. See, I look at the story of King Hezekiah in the Bible. That is in the 2 Chronicles chapter 31. And I was so impressed by King Hezekiah, some of the steps that he took. At the time that leadership was so much required. Someone that can give a focus, a direction, which way to go. And the narrative of Hezekiah was that he did what was good at the time. He did what was good. But in the process, there were challenges. Situations happened. Adversaries. But you discover that in the narrative of his life, he was focused. He was focused about what he desired to achieve. He was so determined that there is no amount of distractions, no amount of side talks, backstabbing, betrayal, that will make him to lose his focus on that commitment. His commitment is to get result. So my question to you today is, how committed are you in times of you getting result. You see, one of the things you have to realize in life is that if you are not committed to other people's business, the chances of you being committed to your own business is very slim. And also, you cannot expect others to be committed to your business. You see, when Joseph was in Potiphar's house, he was committed. He was committed to Potiphar and everything that belongs to him. He was very committed. And when you look at the biblical narratives, that his presence in Potiphar's house doubled the productivity. There was loads of results, abundance. That things went well for Potiphar because Joseph was committed. He was committed because in commitment you will see diligence. He was committed to his job, was committed to his masters, and in that commitment, loyalty also follows. Because of his commitment, his integrity, his loyalty, he refused to cut corners. And he refused to have anything to do with Oga's wife. Perhaps you may say that maybe if he had done that, he wouldn't have gotten himself into prison. Well, that's a point, but that does not necessarily mean that he will not eventually get himself into prison, because once you do it once and he satisfied the Oga Madam very well, then the tendencies for Oga Madam to ask for more is high, and in the process they will get caught, and exactly what happens to him will still happen. So, but his commitment was not just to what he can see immediately. His commitment was more than the present satisfaction. And he was very committed, he was very loyal. The same thing when you bringing it back to Hezekiah. He was determined to get result. And in every word that he laid his hands on, his heart was there. His heart was there. You see, you may be going to work every day, that your reason of going to work is basically because bills got to be paid. But that's different from someone who is committed to that job, enjoying it, and they would love to go to work because they know that the life of other people depends on them. That perhaps if they do not go, some things will not be done properly. Commitment. It was commitment that made Hezekiah to get result. And he paid the price to get result. He paid the price. So we are in a world today that commitment is basically not in existence. And because everyone, most people, don't let me just say everyone, most people is only committed to what they can get, what can benefit them, not what is good for the need of the people. So if you're in a position of leadership, then you know that the key to get result is commitment. Is commitment. The price of getting good result is commitment. And look, when you're talking about commitment, commitment also involves the change of lifestyle. The change of lifestyle. See, Hezekiah refused to live the life of his own father. He refused to live the life of his own father. He changed his lifestyle. Because this is the way it's been done before in the family, that they are always like this, you always do this, you inherited that this way, does not necessarily mean you need to go in the same ways too. If those things is not affecting people's life in a very positive and glorious way, then you need to change your lifestyle. Because it is commitment. You need to have a good heart, love and compassion for people as a leader. And when you do, then you'll be committed to that goal. What's your goal for 2024? How committed are you to those goals? Hezekiah didn't say, oh, this is the way we do it in our family, in our ministry, in our business, but he was committed to the core because he aspires to get results. It's often said most times that it is result that terminate insult. If you want result to terminate insult, then commitment is the integral force that can make your insult to be terminated. And if you really want to do that, then you have to talk about changing of your lifestyle. Lifestyle changes is also about, your attitude. It's about you changing your attitude. It's about you doing things in a different ways. There are issues all around. The one I'm building the narratives all around today, Hezekiah. There were so many issues around his life that could have dissuaded him, took away his attention, that could have made him to say, look, this is what I'm going to do. It doesn't matter what anybody feels or think about it. But he chooses not to go that way. He chooses not to go that way. He had compassion for people. At a time, it was lonely. It was lonely. But that loneliness, led him to become obedient. You have never been at the leadership level or at the top echelon of leadership, you wouldn't know. But for those who are in leadership, they will tell you, and I can tell you as well, that it's very lonely. The amazing thing is that everybody thinks that you know. Everything that is going on all around, they always assume that you know. But you're the last person to know things. Until when things really get bad, that's when, in most cases, gets to leadership level. But a very good leader will put a structure in place. When you put a structure of communication in place, supervisory role, so that there will be flow of information, from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. By the grace of God, I have a very good qualification in leadership. I have a master's degree in leadership. So I know what leadership is all about, that commitment as an integral part of getting result. And it is a key element of leadership. Whether that leadership is in politics or in business or in ministry, they all have same denomination: commitment. But I have discovered that a man that is not committed to his job will find it difficult to be committed to his family. He will not find it difficult to be committed to his nation. And neither will such a person be committed to his church, to God. And you can see the results today. You can see the result today. Do you genuinely get committed to your country. It is one of the amazing, I think I've mentioned this in the past before in one of my broadcasts, that yes, things are pretty bad back home at the moment. When I say back home, I'm in Nigeria, but this program is not just targeting Nigerians. It's, we have people from different parts of the world that watch, that listen, and that do follow me as well on Nigeria 101.1 FM and every other media that I'm opportunity to present program. But one of the things that is so amazing, when you look at the Western culture and the African culture, and I ask these serious questions, who bewitched us? In the sense that, yeah, things are not really working right. Things are terribly bad. I know that. I get that. Oh, don't say because I live in diaspora and I have family. So whatever happens to your family happens to you. And don't forget too, because I have family back home and friends and relations, there is heavy demand on me compared with before. So don't think that the people in diaspora, they don't really feel the pinch. We feel the pinch more than you do. Because you have to carry so many burdens, so many responsibilities. But what is amazing, what is amazing is that you will never see people in the Western world, cursing their own country. When you start to curse your country, when you start to say evil to the outside world about your country, that is lack of commitment. And guess what? Every bad thing you said about your country that is on the social media will stop investors in coming to your country to invest. There is no one that will bring their money to a place that the citizens themselves are cursing. They're running it down. They're rubbishing the country. They're not committed. If you employ people, it's how they're going to swindle you, how they're going to run you out of business, it's how that business is going to perish, it's how they're going to hit you to your bones. I was watching one clip some years back. A woman was employed at a poultry factory. And if you see the amount of eggs that this woman stole, and they must have been doing that on a regular basis. So what is the commitment here? If such a person can do it for a small woman that's tried to put her resources together to set up a poultry and employed you, and you are stealing the eggs all the time, and if this individual is now unable to pay your salary, you now begin to curse. Funny or wonderful people, whichever one you want to call them. So in the same way, when such people, when they get to the top or they become the ministers or directors, you discover that the attitude will still be the same. The attitude will still be the same. Put them in leadership position. Their commitment is to their own wallet, their own pocket, their own life, not to the people. But you are measured on result that you get. And the thing that can get you result is commitment. So when you're looking at the issue of commitment, a lot of things happen. As I've said to you earlier, that Ezekiah had to stand the test of all the challenges. One of the things that is very fundamental is that criticism is an instrument to challenge your commitment to your goal. And you have to be able to weather the criticism. You have to be able to weather it. Particularly the generation we have now is a generation that asks questions all the time. So you must be ready. And as a matter of fact, this is my view. that my country of birth perhaps may be one of the most difficult nations on earth to govern. Because if you are not Igbo, then the Yoruba will complain. So if the president is outside, the Igbo and the Yoruba will complain that you only brought in your own tribes, your own people. Now, if it changes at another time, another tribe, maybe the presidency come from another tribe, is also a problem. We had the issue with Jonathan that, he was only using people from the east. Buhari was only using, people from the north. Now, Tinubu too is also like so only using people from the west. So that is the kind of people we are. Now, if you want to be a leader, you have to be ready for this confrontation. You have to be ready for criticism. But it's your commitment on the goal that you desire to achieve that will bring you result. So Hezekiah demonstrated the same thing. He weathered the criticism. You see, the older generation will criticize you. The younger generation will criticize you. You will go through all this. It was even amazing that I saw a quiz when someone was saying, Tinubu ole, which means that he was a thief and all manners of things. Buhari was this. Jonathan was a drunkard. Buhari was a slow coach. Tinubu was a sleeper. He was a thief. All go on and on and on. But if you really want to achieve goals, whether in politics, in business, in ministry, the moment you shift your attention away from your goal, then you lost it. So commitment is the seed for good result. Even the Bible says, on whose much is given, much is expected. Jesus used a parable when he said a parable of the talents. Gave 1 10, gave another 1 5, gave one 2. And the result of all that. Those that the one giving 10, he was committed, he put in all his zeal, all his energy, everything to get result, to double it up. The one with the 5 did the same thing, but the one with 1 or 2, he did nothing. All he was good at is to criticize. The master wants to harvest where he didn't sow. That's what he said. You want to harvest where he didn't sow. But that's not the way to go. So I'm appealing to you that in this year 2024, whatever God is committed into your heart, be committed as well. Whatever is your dream, your desire, your vision, be committed to it. It is the result that people celebrate with you. When the result begins to manifest, when things begins to happen, men will celebrate. When I say men, I mean people will celebrate with you. Because commitment brings celebration. Because when the result happens, good result, then celebration follows. Lack of commitment will bring bad result. But when you are fully committed to your goal, I can say that to you, friends. I've been in that situation many times. I've been in a situation many times that, you put in all your efforts, but things is still not working. But the thing is, you don't just surrender. You don't just take the next exit. You stay on the battlefield. You become so much committed. And in the process, result will happen. So, commitment also gives you the ability to endure pressure. The pressure of potential failures is so huge. But with commitment, then you can endure it. With commitment, you can overcome it. with commitment, you can get the result that you so much desire. So the question today is, how committed are you to those things that God handed over to you or put in your care? How committed are you to the things that your parents handed over to you as heritage? How committed are you to your family, to your children, to your husband, to your wife? Don't forget, I didn't say to you that in the journey of life they were not going to be challenging, they were not going to be opposition. There are going to be a time of loneliness, a time of hardship, a time of difficulties. But how committed are you to those things? How committed are you to your nation? And I've said I love this nation because it doesn't matter what they face and what they're going through, they still believe in their nation. They still believe in their nation. So I don't know who bewitched us, who caused us, that we should continue to curse our own nation, our own country of birth. I just don't know. And the thing is, when you begin to rain all those curses, it goes on your children, on so many generations, in your community as well. You already caused their future. But in this part of the world, they disagree with their political leaders and all that, but you never see them causing their own country. So, a man that is not committed to little things cannot be committed to bigger things. If you're not committed to your family, you cannot be committed to your community. You cannot be committed to your country. This is my view. I may be wrong, but that's my view. And I have my reasons and statistics to back it up. You may not be, the tendencies of not being committed to God is very high too. Look at it this way. Family, friends, nation that you can see, you are still not committed. Is it God that you deal with in faith, by faith? That you only will connect to God by faith. You do not see God in physical. So is it that you're going to be committed to? But the one that you see, flesh and flesh, physical, you're not committed. And go and look at people that are not committed. They're the ones that cry foul all the time. They're very good in condemning others. They're very good in putting blames. They're very good in bringing down. They're very good in all the negativity. They're quite good in it. But if you really want to get them, you just need to do what Babangida did for late Dr. Tai Sholari. Late Dr. Tai Sholari, if you're a younger person, you may not know, but he was a social crusader. Right? And he was committed to that goal, to what he believes. He was committed. So, he was a strong critic of Babangida at the time. So Babangida invited him. Okay, you love people, and he created a People's Bank. Put a lot of money there so that you need to start to borrow people that money, let them do business and be paying back. People's Bank collapsed. Because he now realized that there's one thing to be outside the fence, to criticize, to condemn. Is another thing when you are in that leadership position. Because without understanding the people themselves, their nature, their character, who they are, you need to understand that. If we want to turn around in our community, in our country, in our association, then the seed of commitment that can bring good result needs to grow rapidly. Or perhaps we need to nurture it. so that there can be a better tomorrow. Take it from me, friends. The key for good results is commitment. So I conclude by asking you again today, how committed are you to what God has already mandated you? Or how committed are you to your goals, to your vision, to your dreams, to your family, to your nation? How committed? Take it from me. That commitment is an essential key to get results. And that is good result. And lack of commitment is, as I've said, is also an essential key to get bad results. So the decision is yours, friends. And no one will tell you that everything is going to be rosy, everything is going to be so easy, but you get committed. The rough weather, the rough time, the challenging time, the turbulence time. Commitment, the key to the next level. Right. Until such a time I come your way again, that's what I have come to share with you today in something in need for you. And always remember that the company you keep matters a lot in life. It's your company that determines your success and your failure. Keep the right company. Get committed to the tasks ahead of you, and you will get good results. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and God bless you.